Rising above New York City, the Empire State Building stands as a monument to ambition and endurance.
In 1929, New York was crowded, ambitious, and unaware of the storm about to break.
The stock market crashed, and confidence collapsed almost overnight.
Jobs disappeared, and survival became a daily struggle. Some believed the only way forward was to build bigger than ever.
John J. Raskob believed a record-breaking skyscraper could restore confidence.
Driven by speed and ruthless efficiency, the architect shaped the modern skyline.
Every floor, every setback was engineered for speed.
To build higher, something historic had to come down.
Here, the race to the sky was about to begin. Construction began before sunrise, with men ready to gamble everything on steel and courage.
The foundation had to be carved deep into solid rock to carry the weight above.
Every inch below ground mattered as much as what would rise above it.
Steel was locked into the earth, anchoring a tower that would challenge gravity. With the foundations complete, the building finally began to rise. The steel skeleton took its first breath. Red-hot rivets bound steel together in seconds. With no safety nets, fear had no place here. The Empire State Building rose at a pace the world had never seen. Day and night, nothing stopped the climb.
As the days passed, height became routine, and danger became background noise.
Red-hot steel locked the skeleton together, one rivet at a time.
Lunch breaks happened hundreds of feet above the streets.
Elevators were installed even as the building climbed higher. The steel frame slowly disappeared behind stone and brick. Inside, entire office floors were forming at once.
Winter weather slowed nothing.
The tower tapered upward, shaping its iconic form. Even as steel rose above, elegance formed below. Only one final piece remained. At the very top, the final challenge tested every nerve and muscle. Even at record heights, the work never slowed. The Empire State Building had surpassed everything around it. At the peak, there was no room for mistakes. Inside, complex systems were hidden behind the steel. Stone and steel fused into a single towering form. Luxury and elegance emerged beneath the raw framework. The work that once filled the air with noise slowly fell silent.
In just over a year, the impossible stood complete. The Empire State Building opened its doors in 1931.
From its heights, the city looked entirely different.
The tallest building in the world now stood complete.
But the world it opened into was still struggling.
Offices remained empty as businesses fought to survive.
For a time, it was quietly called the Empty State Building.
Slowly, the city recovered.
The building became a destination.
It learned to speak for the city itself.
Every rivet still carried the weight of its makers.
The men who built it were never forgotten.
Each morning, it greeted a new generation.
Its shape became timeless.
It no longer competed with the city. It defined it.
As the city evolved, the tower remained a constant.
Millions passed through, leaving quiet traces behind.
Often, it stood above the clouds.
The men who built it became part of its story.
Care and maintenance kept the giant strong.
The city celebrated beneath its shadow.
Inside, repetition became rhythm.
Taller towers came, but the symbol never faded.
Some structures rise high, but few become eternal.
Above the noise and motion, it remained untouched.
The spire still pointed upward, as it always had.
Inside, engineering continued to do its quiet work. Time changed everything, except the tower.
From the ground, its height still feels unreal. For many, it became a place of quiet reflection.
Even when hidden, it was never gone.
Details once placed by hand still held firm.
It became a point of reference for the entire city.
Years passed, but the tower stayed. A structure built in crisis became a symbol of endurance.
Nearly a century later, it still anchors the skyline.
Inside,
The design still speaks the language of its era. Every surface was designed with intention. Time left its mark, but never weakened it.
What began as raw steel became a permanent form.
From its heights, the world feels distant and quiet.
It no longer needed to prove anything. It joined the city's most powerful symbols.
When the city sleeps, it still watches.
The Empire State Building, built in hardship, standing in history. What was once a daring experiment became the heart of a city.
Built in just over a year, the Empire State Building became proof that human ambition can outlast even the hardest times.